Let's talk about this real quick. The anti-immigrant sentiment, because it relates to it a little bit, so I'll leave it. Maybe even split this off as another one. The anti-immigrant sentiment is a result of people feeling like they're getting left behind in economies, which we wouldn't even disagree with, correct? And wanting to blame something, to have a scapegoat. There is an anger about the distribution in society that is being directed towards immigrants. So here in the United of States that we live in, the opposition party right now is Democrats. Or even, let's not even say that. Just as an opposition force to this sentiment, knowing that Trump's in office, how do you get people to vote for you? Knowing that people want to see their lives materially improve. Like, how would you approach that? Like, what would your message be?
Specifically for the U.S.?
What's that?
Specifically for, like, U.S. politics?
Yeah, specifically for where we live. I'll go first, because I shouldn't have put you on the spot like that. I'm asking this because I already have a... You just sell, and you can't sell this in this country. But this is still what I would do. It'd be a failing message, so I understand that these messengers probably don't do this. But you just sell government as a use to redistribute. The very thing that the common American is afraid of because they feel like it's communism, and when they hear redistribution, it's communism. You use government, and you already have been to some extent with Social Security and other things. And I've said this to you before on a couple other podcasts. You use government as a vehicle to actually materially change people's life, whether it's single-payer healthcare, they see it, they have it now, it's cheaper.
Yep.
Whether it's just like doing universal basic income. And also, by the way, just to blunt the whole criticism you'd always get with saying this, you still try to deliver out redistributive benefits as efficiently as possible with minimum staff as possible, because you want to tax and you want to deliver out benefits to the have-nots to try your best with society to keep it, that's what I would do. That's where I think Democrats keep falling on their face, and where someone like Zoran actually does better now. Whether or not, I don't even know his policies. I'm not even going to say that, like, I absolutely would vote for him if I lived in New York City. But I haven't dug into it. I want to, like, be, like, super clear, not be an asshole. But I do know from reading enough and surface level, he's trying to use government to give solutions to things like grocery stores. And, like, that's actually tangible for people. That's why that's working.
Yep.
Nothing else is going to work. People actually feel a material not well off, like they weren't expecting, or like they know that it's worse off than it was before. And if you don't actually have a solution, they're going to be steered towards this anti-immigrant. So that's a whole thing. But any thoughts? Sorry, I put you.
It's just it's such an easy scapegoat, and it's just a tale as old as time. But yeah, you're right. I mean, the only way you can combat people's cynicism with just the government being able to do anything good is to prove that you can do something good as a governmental system. I mean, say what you want about the payouts during COVID when a whole bunch of people were put on furlough or unemployed, but that was materially showing people that, hey, we can provide for you in a time of crisis.
And Trump was no dummy. He signed the first ones. He didn't do all of them.
Oh,
he signed the first
right,
ones.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have to prove why the government can actually do something good, especially when the free market right now is doing such a bang up job at being the source of most of your economic grief.
Yep.
And I'm not going to sit here and say get rid of the free market, but like that literally is the job of the government in a capitalistic system, is to buffer the pitfalls of a free market economy. So
and you have to do it in a way that's sustainable. Start doing that. And you have to do it in a way that's
you can't just write checks.
Right.
I mean,
you have to figure it out. That's where it gets it's hard. Leadership is fucking hard.
That's where being good at governing comes in.
Right. But you don't just abandon good. Well, not just being good at governing, but like coming up with, like, I don't know what that looks like.
Well, it's certainly more than just blaming immigrants and doing nothing
100%.
else,
but what I mean by that, yes, correct. What I mean by that is I don't know what that looks like as far as like how big of an employment, like how many employees the government should have. Because again, even though I'm a leftist and I tell you to your face I'm a leftist, I still believe that we should have as few people as possible, because that means we pay out benefits to everyone, including those people, as much as possible.
Right.
So that's where that makes sense to me. You want to really minimize that so that you can. And dude, I'm trying to reclaim the word redistribution, but I don't think we ever will in this country. But like redistribution, that's what it is. That's what fucking things are, anyways. That's what people need to understand. Like Social Security is a redistribution. Like federal income progressive tax, which it still is progressive as we stand here today. I'm pretty sure, right? It goes up.
It is.
In incomes. Okay, it's still a progressive income tax. That's a
It gets right at the
redistribution
top.
in a way, right? Medicaid people probably take out more than they pay in tax because they're low income. It's fucking redistribution. Because I get so tired of these interviews with people who are like, I voted for Trump, but I can't believe it. I'm on Medicaid. He's going to take it away. And I'm like, you're on Medicaid? You voted for Trump? And I'm like, what? Every time. It never fails. I'm like, that doesn't make sense to me. How could you?
Were you not listening?
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it's a redistribution,
crazy.
people. The same
Were you
people
not
that are
paying
like, I'm
attention?
a Republican, and I don't like communism, and I don't like redistribution. I vote for Trump. And he's like, oh my God. Anyways.
This is where we need to get past the cultural cynicism. Otherwise, we will have no government left.
And
We will have no democracy left.
Correct. And in this day and age, Trump has the upper hand, or people like Trump who can play the game. Reality isn't playing the game. So the only way you can play the game is somehow deliver government in a way that is less on employees and way more on delivering actual benefits people feel and see in their life. And they can say, there it is. Like, this is why we're doing this. Because people are losing that in the internet age.
Yeah.
It's
It's
not
just
enough.
pure cynicism.
Right. Now, I would have been the same, stand on my business with the word redistribution before the internet age too, but especially in the internet age, like you've got to combat with something. It's got to be government where people can see this is it and it's actually helping me day to day. So.
Yeah. We say this a lot too, and this is the only way the Democrats will ever be able to gain any sense of credibility again, is by proving that the government can do that. And they've not been able to do it thus far. And again, like, we can hum and haw because Biden did a lot of great things, but when you're talking about materially in people's lives felt within a year of you being elected, there's not a lot of that.
No, and I don't think
not a lot of that.
I don't think Biden had to blame himself for Trump getting reelected, but I do think someone like Biden should reflect on the decisions he made because Trump got reelected, if that makes sense. And like in general, the opposition has to, and say to themselves, you can keep saying that Biden did a great job all you want, and that can be true. And yet, because we lost, is that really the direction you want to continue to march in? Doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
You've got to figure out how to keep people's rights. And if keeping people's freedoms and rights, which include and most importantly voting in a fair way, no matter where you are, you've got to fight in ways that will win. That's where people are like, oh, but ethically, like, independent redistricting is still the right thing to do. Of course it is in the long term. But in the meantime, what's the best way to defend people's freedoms and rights? Right now, it's to fight back. Now, I think that Gavin Newsom and Democrats can be more clear about how once we fight back and get power, we're going to make everyone do independent redistricting. Go fuck yourself. That should be the end goal.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, what are we doing? Taking the high road for what? To just sell our rights and freedoms off? Like, that doesn't make sense. Yeah. I'm going on rants, but yeah. Appreciate it.
Wow, I mean, taking the high road when there's the barrel of a gun pointed at your temple is not the move.
Another
certainly.
way to put it. Yeah. Right.
It's not the way to go.
Another good way to put it.
Yeah. And to be fair, I have a broader bone to pick with Joe Biden. I do think he lost the 24 election just because of the way that he didn't step aside, but that's neither here nor there.
But no matter how you feel about that, they need to be reflecting on the fact that they lost, especially those that continue to say Biden did a great job. Okay, that's fine, but you need to bifurcate that between Biden did a great job in the sense that, like, he passed some things that are good, and guess what? We got to still change because we lost.
Right.
Because we lost. Yes. What? Like, yeah.
And the Democrats have not had that come to Jesus moment yet, and I don't know that they will until
I don't.
all of the leadership there is either booted out of office by electing a different Democrat, or they just fucking retire or die.
That's where my cynicism drives into overmax and yours doesn't every time we have this conversation, because the voters elect these people. We keep what does that mean? Oh, we got to change the heart of the Democrats and their direction needs to change. What does that even mean? It means people need to vote different people in, and they fucking don't do it. So
yeah, that's because nobody shows up to primaries.
Well, then what? It's what it is, dude.
I know.
This is what we're operating.
Because, like,
in.
say,
Yeah.
I promise you that even because I agree with you to a large extent that, like, why the fuck did Mitch McConnell keep winning his seat? How
Dude,
does that even possible?
You got it.
Well, you have to also like, I'm a little sympathetic to the person who can't make it to the primary, but they get to the ballot box on election day and they go, well, I know that I'm a Republican or I know that I'm a Democrat, so I'm just going to pick them. But to them, it was not either it wasn't as accessible or it wasn't on their mind or they forgot about it and they didn't go to the primary. So now you are just stuck with the person that was there. And you have your party loyalty, but you might not necessarily like Mitch McConnell, but you are a Republican. You get what I'm saying?
I agree, because step one
so we need to make
needs to be
primaries
what you're
more
saying.
accessible.
There's a lot more steps from what we were saying before, but to your point, step one needs to be
this is where
you make voting as accessible as possible. This is where Democrats frustrate people like me and you, because they get into power and they don't do shit about this. And it's like, why? I know. Why isn't ranked choice voting everywhere? Makes no sense. Oh, because it threatens their power. It's like, oh, fuck you then.
This is where my cynicism goes into overdrive, because if we can't ever get the right people in office to make the election changes that are necessary, right? Like, getting over that hump to then change the infrastructure of democracy. Yeah. Like, it's like, fuck, you're almost stuck. You're stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Self-defeating thing, negative feedback loop, whatever the fuck you want to call it. You know what I mean?
Well, to get out of this fucking hole that we're in, you need a big movement where people do participate, where people are going to primaries. You should have the same number of participation in your primaries as you do election day.
You're right, and here comes cynical me again. I've always thought that, like, unless society collapses, you don't get that energy enough. You don't. People just doing their thing.
Well, we're getting there.
And I can't even blame them.
We are getting there.
I don't think either one of us can blame them. Like, I'm doing my thing, you're doing your thing. Like, we own homes in this society. Like, you would not say that we're not well off. Like, hell to the no. So
sure,
we're all.
There needs to be a soft collapse, and I think there is kind of a soft collapse. But go ahead,
dude. It took me that long to think of a word. I think I'm dying. Anyways, we're all susceptible to getting into that, mindset. So I get it. It's just, it sucks, because it feels like, and this is anecdotal, I'm going to sound like an asshole, but I've always voted and I've always felt this way without needing that push. But yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, but you and I are just plugged in for some reason. We find this stuff
stupid. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to be a little more generous than that, but essentially, okay, yeah. I think we enjoy engaging with it. I mean, I don't know if you remember the Ron Paul 2012 days, but you and I were both.
Yeah.
Like, since then, I feel like we've been politically engaged more or less. I don't think I've missed an election.
And I still hold libertarian principles dear socially, and when it comes to federally employing people, I would only have the minimum necessary so as to pass on benefits ultimately to the people as much as we can for that purpose. Because sometimes, especially post Doge, people are like, you're cruel, you do Doge. Fuck no, I wouldn't do Doge. That's the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. What I'm saying is minimal employment so that benefits can be passed on. In this society, we have people who could become unemployed for a longer term of time even, but the way that we set society up, nobody goes without for too long, and it works out. Yeah. Right.
You're talking about actual government efficiency as opposed to whatever the dumb brain dead shit Doge ended up doing.
If anybody wanted to clip this out and slander me, what they would say is I'm talking about a utopia.
Love utopias. They've never not worked out.
Listen to this so democratic socialist talk about his ideal world. You want that? And they're all knitting at home. Fuck no, I don't want that. Sorry. Anyways.
Listen, some of the most heinous things have been done in the name of achieving a utopia, Cyril. So,
what is that even? Who tried to? Oh, like the Nazis? Because they thought they were doing
the communists. What are you talking about?
You know what? Dude, that is. I don't know why.
When people start talking about utopia, you should definitely take it with a grain of salt.
But yeah. Oh. A utopia is literally... That's why they would slander me with it. Of course. It is not possible, friends. All we can do... Ready? We stare at the world that is... By the way, it's all garbage. That is garbage. And you try to make the most sense you can of it. And then you realize that no society even does even make the most sense out of it. And you say, oh, fuck, well, now inside of this framework even, how can we do the best we can? And then you realize you still only do like 60% of the best you can inside of what you should be doing Anyways, you get it.
Wow.
It's a challenge.
telling
It's
me
like
humans
every
are
win
imperfect?
is like 0.15 steps forwards, and every loss is like 0.14 steps back. So you see how it's just 0.01 increments every fucking time. But you got to hey, don't. But you got to still keep your eye on the ball of a better tomorrow and keep pushing it. Keep pushing it.
It's true. Don't let your cynicism
Don't
resign
let your
you from your
cynicism
humanity.
find you starting a YouTube channel and then getting popular, railing on stuff like this, but then all of a sudden you lose your sense of way and you're in a strip club doing lines of blow, just enjoying the money that rolls in from it. Anyways, I'm ranting, but
I'd like to bring up our first sponsor, Peter Thiel. He's sponsoring our episode today.
Peter Thiel looks like the guy who is taking blood from his son to try to stay 18, but then Peter Thiel takes his blood after he takes his son's blood and puts it in him. Like, he looks fucking weird, man.
Yeah. Again, somebody else who would advocate for their utopia. Don't fucking trust those people.
Never. Because it's not true. You
yeah.
should only trust people that tell you this framework is bullshit, and yet we have to figure it out. Only trust people like that.
Only trust the people that are going to tell you nothing will be perfect, but we should try our best anyways.
What's the famous clip that gets every time someone brings him up or makes a video about him on you or whatever? They always some clip where he's just like, "Oh, democracy and like freedom are not something about democracy and freedom."
Oh, it's
are not
Peter Thiel.
compatible. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
It's just like, what does that even mean? When did he say that? They always say that, and I don't ever see the source or anything, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, what setting did he say that? That literally doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
It was some podcast because he's a bro. But the fact that bro, to me that's treason. That's borderline treason saying that. I understand we have the free speech First Amendment in this country, but to tell us that democracy and freedom are not compatible
treason
is
to the
somewhat
heart
treasonous.
of what this country should be. Correct.
Absolutely.
Correct.
Like, fuck you in a million ways till Sunday for saying that. What a shitbag. And you know what? We should try and dig into whatever context he has to justify that at some point.
No,
because I am curious. I've heard that quote.
Don't even say that in that sense, but go ahead.
Yeah, but you know that he has to at least try and explain that. He has to have a rationale for that to be palatable. But so I'm just curious what that is, because I've heard that quote a bunch of times attributed to him.
Right.
But like, what could you possibly?
Right, exactly. So we should do that.
What do you mean?